What's up, everybody? This is your girl Ericka from the Classic Climb blog. I just came from the Austin rodeo, and I was listening to the guys basically pay homage and pay credit the fact that they actually came out of Austin, Texas, and made it big, went around, made it big, and been touring everywhere. Now, to give the truth, Houston rodeo has always been better than Austin rodeo, but that's nonetheless something I want to say, and I mean nothing too negative by it. Is just going to be a brief one. You can be the best unknown, and that's going to happen. Sometimes that happens. And someone reached out to me today. They have 158,000 subscribers, and they essentially told me a few techniques they saw me do, they pulled from my show. And I said, thank you, I appreciate that. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're super famous, right? Back and forth in the messages and the FaceTime, and then they also were like, well, what are your sources? So I gave them, my sources, and VidSummit and vidIQ and all these different things. I don't mind doing it because, at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone more famous. There's always going to be someone more bigger, more important, more whatever. And you have to just get in your lane and make your stuff shine, right? There's always people who say, oh, that artist, is biting this other artist style. Soulja Boy was making a big fuss about Drake copying something he did. And at the end of the day, it's, if you look at Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, prime example. He was saying in an interview, this lady got mad because she's like, this book is terribly written, blah, 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 blah. And he said, I didn't say I was the best writer. I said I was bestseller, right? And the key, what people keep forgetting is you may have been talking about something for 5 years before everybody else, but the person who is more known, that's what ends up happening. And you have to take that with a grain of salt and make peace with it. I have a lot of ideals that I've like trendsetted, right? Like I've been a trendsetter, and people don't give me credit for it. And I look at it and I laugh and I sit back and go, yeah, I gave you that ideal about 2-3 years ago, and yet now you finally act on it, right? Or I gave you that ideal a month ago, and now it's a good ideal because you think it's a good ideal. What you have to learn is you have to just pursue. Now, I'll give you a little story. I have several people who were like, yeah, let's do the truck thing, but they wanted to do it on their terms. And so I said, no, I'm just going to set out and do it myself. And now we're sitting at probably 4 trucks, probably going to have 6 trucks by next month if the driver situation turns out right. Now, what I learned from this person was unflexible. This person didn't want to do my ideal, right? They got stuck on the fact that it was my ideal. And what I learned in this is I am one of the most flexible people when it comes to businesses, when it comes to ideals, when it comes to putting the pot together, because at the end of the day, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I much rather have a very small YouTube channel and $2 million. I much rather have that than have a YouTube channel that's got 300,000 subscribers and not making any money, right? I always tell people, you have to make peace with that. You have to make peace with the fact that you may have came up with a better ideal. Your product may be better, right? Like, let's be honest. They always ask, could you make a better burger than McDonald's? And people always say yes. But who's going to get more notice? McDonald's burger, right? And so what I've like tried my hardest to do is make peace with that. There is thank you. Look at Joe. Look, whoever this is. I'm parked, so don't worry. Jojo KO 64. I was getting, that was my next statement. There is a reason for everything. And with the way things have rolled out, it has allowed me to grow in other ways. And that was the key. It has allowed me to grow in other ways, and I always go, if you ever see the movie Apocalyptico, right? It's an old Mel Gibson movie from like a couple years ago where it's like Mayans and all this craziness. But the guy was calling the kid almost. He's like, you almost, almost saved your family, almost won, almost this, right? And a lot of times in life, I felt like the almost, right? Like I almost married that guy, but then that didn't happen. I almost got that person, but then that didn't happen. And as sitting back, like sitting way back and looking and going, oh my God, thank you, Lord, I didn't get that. Thank you, Lord, I didn't get that person. Thank you, Lord, I didn't do that. Thank you, I didn't get that job. And for a while I thought, well, maybe I'm just doing too much. And then all of a sudden the floodgates turn open. Right? Yeah, I dodged a bullet. That's a good one. I dodged a bullet and I did not know it and did not appreciate it. And so even in this moment where, you know, someone who I highly respect, they make a lot of money, reached down, called me, FaceTime me, also emailed me and said, listen, I just wanted you to know, I watched a couple of your videos and I copied this one or two things. And I just thought, wow, you just never know who's watching, and you should remain consistent, right? You should just remain consistent in whatever you do, because you just never know when that gate is turning open for you, right? Because you know, there's so many things happen behind the scenes. I would love to share it all with you guys, but I can't right now. But what it has done is you got to write down in your head and your heart what you're grateful for, and you have to really go, okay, boom, like this is where I'm going, this is the path, and like this is turning out way better than I had originally even planned for, right? You know, and so what I want to encourage you guys, because I know so many people say, well, Eric, I have this ideal and it's an already saturated market and all these people are talking about it. And you have to tell people, sometimes your product may be better. Sometimes your ideal may be better. Sometimes everything you're talking about may be better, but it may not get the traction you want at first. It may not get the response at first. You may not make all the money you think you should make. You know, a lot of times I see people give up way too soon is the key of what I was trying to say. There was a time on this YouTube channel, I almost just tossed it because I was shadow banned by YouTube. And I was just like, I'm done, right? But then I realized, you know, no, I'm not done. I'm just going to learn different ways to go around something to get what I want. And I'm glad I did that. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I was watching Midland last night and people in the audience were like, why are they wearing the 1970s shit? And I'm like, because it's great. Because the 1970s country was great. And so they're wearing clothes that make them look unique and they stand out. And when they were here in Austin, living in Austin, playing in little nowhere places in Austin, and no one knew who they were. They are Midland. They're the band Midland, but people were calling them Gator Boys. Why were they calling Gator Boys? Because they were wearing alligator shoes, cowboy boots, and these 1970s clothes. So people are making fun of this. Oh, that's so stupid. And now you're paying money to see them play. They're getting paid probably the most money they ever got paid in their life to come play in the very exact city they came from. And it went full circle. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get you to see where sometimes you may be the best unknown. And you have to be okay with that. And you, instead of going, oh man, I should be over there now, I should be at this, you have to go, look how much you've done. Look how well your life is going. And like, I was working out with somebody and she was saying I only lost 20 pounds. I said, well, damn girl, do you know how many people have tried to lose 20 pounds and haven't lost it? And you lost 20 pounds? That's a good thing, right? And it's a combination of things. It's perspective, it's gratitude, and I think that's what I'm trying to convey tonight. Thank you, Terry. Told my 16-year-old yesterday the t-shirt. Told my 16-year-old that yesterday. He said the t-shirt market is saturated. See, that's what people don't understand is like for every you, there's like 100. Sorry, this is blurry. For every you, there's like 100 or 200 or 300 people that get that you, right? For every, you know, just every win, you have to really in your head go, every time you go on YouTube or you go on Facebook, there's ads playing. So they're talking to someone and it's working for someone. And that's kind of how you have to put it in perspective. Kareem Allen, you're the people's champion. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No one can copy, be that individual. You know, what I've learned is, not trying to be an asshole or brag. It's like, I give good shit. I give good information out. I give good goals. I'm very much a learner and hard worker, and I try to apply different things. And what I've noticed is people may not give me credit, but a month or two later, they're doing some of the things that I told them to do, or that I recommended. And at the time they thought, I don't know. So you have to appreciate where you are. Remember where you want to be. Oh yeah, for sure. So it's like, so seeing this band tonight, hearing them play, it just reminded me so many things, right? So again, appreciate where you are, be grateful for where you are, and remember, sometimes you may have the right ideal, you may have the right business plan, you may have the right a lot of things, and people sleep on it, like whatever, Erica. And what you have to realize is you may just be the best unknown, right? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the comments. You guys are being really sweet. You may be the best unknown, and you have to be okay with that. And you have to do what the math says. What is the math on where we're going? So that was my 2 cents for tonight. But I hope you guys are having a and I hope the information I put out earlier today was very helpful. I had my friend Andre and them on there, and we were showing the model house. And so Kendra's also got that down payment assistant thing. Just there's so many people I bring on, and they're just giving value, and they're giving to you guys. And it may not seem like that, but I get emails all the time where people say really positive stuff about how they got something and it changed their life. Or there were like 8 people who bought a house from Tim Jackson. Never even been to Texas, but we're coming to Dallas, saw my video, and bought a house from Tim Jackson. So it's like changing lives one person at a time. Man, it may seem boring, but it's just one of those things. So your thumbnail makes me think you're pissed off today. No, it's not. Useful information for an hour later. Thank you so much for all you do. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank all of you for watching. But for sure, I just want you guys to know that. Like, yeah, I'm going home in a second here. Check your box this week. Your Bubba Wallace gear soon come. What? Thank you. I appreciate that. Here's the thing. Is it's like you have to realize you're changing lives one at a time. And I almost got super teary-eyed and almost cried when my driver brought his 5-year-old son with him, and it's his birthday. It's his 5-year-old's birthday, and they taking pictures in front of the truck, and he's like, "This is my dad's truck." And I just laughed, and I almost cried a little bit because I realized I'm changing that man's life. He's getting paid more. He's getting paid better. Like, it's one of those things. Because of you, I bought the trucking course. Congratulations, man. Listen, it's not easy, but nothing that's worth doing is easy. And I wish I could tell more people that. Nothing is easy. So, anyways, you guys, I'll give you more updates on all the trucking things and everything else in the future at some point. But for now, I got to keep my eyes on the road because it's dark at night. So thank you guys so much.